Alright you guys, today I'm making a video on outputting. Outputting is one of the most simplest things you'll ever do in C++. You will be using something called cout, which is console out. If you don't know what the console is, go to your start, put in cmd. Your console is this big black box, well small, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's the console. All C++ stuff is usually console based, but yeah. So first you're going to want to start up your compiler. Takes forever. Alright, so we're gonna make a new empty file. Alright, so if you've noticed in the last video, we always need the important things from the 1.2 tutorial. Include, we always need include. Yeah, so let's start on this. Let's start off by include, right? Include IO stream. Next, you're going to want to put in using namespace std. Then you're going to want to create your main function. You can either use void or int. I'm going to use int main parentheses and then open brackets, close bracket, tab. So you're going to want to save it. Save file as. I'm going to put it in the tutorials folder. You can name it whatever you want, as long as you put .cpp at the end. So tutorial 13.cpp. And look, there's colors. Yeah. Alright. As you can see, we have our main function and the include IO stream and namespace. Now we're gonna get to the outputting. The outputting, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it say hello world. Yeah, the most basic thing ever. So first things first, cout, and then you wanna use the angle, whatever those are, and then the quote thingies. And in between those, you want to type in whatever you want to output. So hello world, and then you want to end that line. So to end the line, you need to put end L and then semicolon. If you don't have end L or with the semicolon, you'll get an error. Nobody likes errors, right? No. Alright. Since this is int main, we're going to want to return a value, which is return 0 and then semicolon. You're going to have to use semicolons in every single end of your line or whatever you want to do. So let's compile this. Compile. One error. Oh my god. Oh my god. We have an error. Alright, good. We have an error. We wanted this. Now, you see what I did here? I forgot to put the ending bracket thingies. You have to do the same thing whenever you're gonna output something else also. So if you're gonna output a variable per se, so let's say variable name, you would have to do that after every output do. But yeah, that was an example. You have to always close that. Put end L after it. Compile. No error. Yay. Let's run it. See what happens. Oh, it ended so quick. You see that? Hello world and then end. You never want that. You always want it to pause because then you can't see it. For example, let's go to the tutorial right here. Here's the file we made, the exe. See what happens? It just pops up and goes away. We don't want that. So go back to your compiler. There's two ways of doing this. The easiest way is system pause, I think. System pause. That usually works, but not all the time. I don't like using it, but here's another way of doing it. The way I do it is cn.ignore and then semicolon cn.get semicolon. Compile that. 0 warnings, you're good to go. Test it out. Hello world, and then it waits for the user to input something, and then it closes. Press any key to continue. There. That was the basic output, and I'm going to show you a more complex output. For example, you want it to have a menu-like type of thing, alright? Let me open one of my examples. Something like this. This was something we had to do in class. Yeah, I'm just going to use it for the tutorial. So we want to output multiple things without having to put cout after each one, right? So to do that, all you need to do is, I'll do this with you guys. Let's see. Alright, delete cout hello 1. Remember to close it, and do not put the semicolon after this, because if you do, it won't display any of the other ones. You put it at the end of whatever you want to do to create a new line, or you could just do /n, but that just looks sloppy. You do it again, tab over. I think you do. Hold on. You don't have to tab over. Just do that. Hello 2 and L. Dang it, I put this in the column. Let's do another one. Hello 3. And then we put the end L on this one. I mean, not wow. You put the semicolon on that one. Alright, compile it. No errors, no warnings. Run it. Hello 1, hello 2, and hello 3. Now, that is another complex way of doing it. So far, that's all we've gone over. There's another one that's like that. You can do the same thing on one line, but it just looks kind of retarded. So let's try it out. Hello 2. You're gonna have to put /n before all these. /n. /n creates a new line. Now let's put another one in. /n. Hello 3. No, I do not want to restart now. Shut up. Alright. That was our last one. You have to do that, and L, and then semicolon. Compile it. No warnings, no errors. And then here you go. You got the same thing, but on one line. Kind of shortens it down, but it just looks kind of sloppy if you have one going across the whole screen. So, yeah. That was another form of outputting. So, we've gone over 3 types of outputs. We've gone over the single line output, which is this one, single line and L. And then we've gone over the multi-line cout, multi-output on multiple lines. Okay, multi, and then we've gone over the single line with multiple output. You can also, if you're gonna make this into like a cool thing to show your parents, I guess, or whatever you want to do, you want to comment it, single line, so you can know what you did. This is the multi-line, uh, multi-output, single line. And then this is for user input. Alright, so now you've implemented everything we've learned so far, except variables. We will go over variables and inputting in the next video, and we will use everything we've learned so far. But that is it for outputting, you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something.